Hi, in this video you're going to learn how to create and work with Excel headers and footers. It's easy to add headers and footers to your Excel spreadsheets similar to those added to your Word documents. The Excel headers and footers allow you to include document details such as titles, dates, page numbers, locations, and so forth, while also making the spreadsheet more professional looking in appearance. What I'm going to do is go through step by step how to work with the Excel headers and footers to show you how easy it is to use. What we'll do is we'll start by creating a header. So the first thing you want to do is make sure you have your Excel spreadsheet open. And we'll start by navigating to the Insert tab. Once you click on the Insert tab, it's going to open up the ribbon. And from here, what we want to do is we want to go over to the text group. Now on mine, it's shrunk up a little. Yours may be spread out more like Sparklines is, so you can see all the details. But I'm going to click on text so that I can expand it out and see all the options that are available. And from here, you would click on header and footer. Once you click on header and footer, it's going to change to the page layout view so you can actually see the header within your spreadsheet. And a couple things that it does is it opens up the Header and Footer Tools Design Contextual tab, which we can see here, so that we can see all the options that we have available to us. If we navigate down into our sheet, we can see it's broken the header into 3 separate areas. And these are the 3 areas that we would type in information. Before you start adding information to your header, there's a few things that you want to look at. Number 1, we want to come up to the Options group. Now, just like in your Word documents, you've got the option for a different first page. If you turn this on, what it's going to do is allow you to create a different first page header and footer within your document. So before you start adding your headers and footers, you want to determine whether you want the first page to be different. And if you do, make sure you turn this on before you start adding them. The next option is different odd and even pages. If you want to have page numbers, say for instance, on your odd pages or your even pages, instead of on both, you would check the box for different odd and even pages. There are 2 options set by default. The first one is Scale with Document, and what this will do is if you check when you're printing your document, Shrink to Page, it will also shrink the header and footer so that it matches the shrinking of your document. The last one is Align with Page Margins, and what this will do is align your header and footer so that it matches up with your page margins. And those are turned on by default, like I said. So if you do not wish that to happen, you would uncheck those boxes. While we're up here looking at the ribbon, let's move to the left to the navigation. Just like when you're working with the Word document, you have the option from working within your header to jump down to your footer. Then we've got our header and footer elements so that we can tell it exactly what we want to input instead of manually typing information. We can add page numbers, current date, our file path, the name of the document, our sheet name, or even add pictures if we wanted to. And then all the way over to the left, we've got our header and footer. If we click on the drop down next to header, you can see that you have the option for built-in headers. So again, instead of manually typing information, you could choose one of these. And the nice thing is it shows you an example of exactly how it would look if you chose it. We're going to come back into our sheet, into the header, and first thing down here you want to do is choose where you want your header information. If you want to put some header information in the left, we'll come over here and click, and then you would add the information here. So for this example, let's go ahead and add our current date in the left area. So we'll come up to the top, our header and footer elements group, and click on current date. Now you can see it does the ampersand, bracket, date, bracket. What the ampersand is a control code, and it tells it to enter what is put in the brackets. So what this is going to do is enter the current date. Now keep in mind, when you use the date, the current date, anytime you open the spreadsheet, it's going to update it to the current date. So if I wanted the date to stay specific to the date that I actually typed the document, I would not want to use the current date feature. Let's navigate over to the middle and click, and let's enter our company name. For this one, we're just going to use Smith & Jones LLC. Now you'll notice when I type the ampersand for Jones, I put 2 of them. Because Excel uses the ampersand as a control code, you want to make sure you add another one to tell it, okay, you see the ampersand? I've added another ampersand, and since the ampersand is the control code, it's going to type whatever you added after that first ampersand. so it's going to enter the ampersand into the title. You'll also notice once I entered my information over here, it did add the current date to my header at the left. Let's go ahead and navigate down to the footer area to add our page number. So remember, we're going to go up to the Design Contextual tab, the navigation group, and click Go to Footer. This is going to take us down to the footer on our first page. At this point, let's go ahead and add our page numbering. Now remember, we chose different first page, and we don't normally want to put a page number on the first page of our document, whether it's a spreadsheet or a Word document. So what we want to do now is move to our second page so we can add the page number there. So we are just going to scroll down to the second page, and we'll add our footer down here. Let's go ahead and add it to the right. So we'll click within the box on the right. We'll click on our Design tab so that we can pull up our options again. And from here, remember, we have our header and footer elements that we can choose from, or we can come over to the header and footer group, click on the footer drop-down, and choose one of the built-ins from here. I'm going to show you two different ways to add the page number. The first option I want to do is show you how to build your page number. So to do this, we're going to go back to our header and footer elements. And from here, we're going to tell it page number of total pages. So from here, the first thing we want to do is click our page number. Again, it's going to do our ampersand and then the brackets with the page. This tells it again, add the page number. And now we want to tell it page number of total pages. So to do this, we want to insert the text of. So we'll do our space, OF space, and then we're going to choose number of pages. And now that will add our current page of total pages. If we click over here, you can see we're on page 2 of 7. Now let's go ahead and use our built-in to do the same thing. So again, Design tab, header and footer group, footer drop-down, and choose page 1 of question mark. And you can see it does the same thing. The reason I wanted to show you how to build it using the elements is that you can add information as well as use the elements that are available. Once you're done adding your header and footer, if you want to go back to the normal view, just click within your sheet and come down and choose Normal from your status bar. Let's go ahead and go to File, Print, and from our preview, you can see we've got our header, no footer on the first page because we said different first page. Let's go to our second page. No header here because again, different first page, and then we have our page number. If we scroll through the pages, you can see we've got the page number on those as well. So that's how quick and easy it is to add a header or footer to your sheet. Again, remember what you want to do is go to the Insert tab. From the Insert ribbon, go to Text, Header and Footer. This is going to take you directly to the header within your document and open up the Header and Footer Tools Design Contextual tab. From here you have your options to set. Remember, if you want a different first page, you must check the box for that, as well as different odd and even pages. The scaling and the alignment are set by default. We've got our navigation options so that we can go to our footer, or if we're in our footer, to go to the header. And you have your header and footer elements to choose from to add information to your header and footer, as well as your built-ins under the header and footer group for your header and your footer. Adding headers and footers to your spreadsheets make them look more professional in appearance and also allow you to give an added detail of information to them.